Right.
Like the defender wasn't near me, kind of open. He wasn't guarding me.
Right.
I had nobody actually guarding me on multiple plays, and I'm like, I go back to the saying, look, like this part they're playing zone defense. Like this part of the zone is wide open. Like, I'm not kidding. We're like wide open over here.
Oh, I'm on. Oh, wait, Nick, wait, I'm on. I didn't realize your uncle just throws me on. But I'll talk to you later. All right, buddy. Later. Hey, everybody, happy Halloween. My kid calls. Gene, don't tell you nothing. Your face just shows up on the screen. Hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, I know I'm live. Nice, Gene. Way to work this out. How's everybody doing on this lovely Halloween? The weather actually holding up here for kids to go out. Hey, call me. Who am I supposed to call you, Gene? Is that what that's all about? Call me? I don't even know. Honky Tonk, Tennessee. Welcome. That's a new name on there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you want to start off with today. I guess you can start off with the World Series tonight. Toronto has a chance to clinch. The guy, Schneider, I think his name is, he hit the leadoff home run. And then the other guy, I think Vladdy, hit the homer behind him. First time they had back-to-back homers to lead off a World Series. And that first kid is from Berlin, New Jersey. Local. Local kid makes good. Yeah, I mean, maybe Gene, if you saw the football show last night, maybe he's figuring out what he's going to dress up as to go out for Halloween with Keanu this evening. I don't know. Oh, JX, so I got to go get the hog. When Gene gets back, I'll run upstairs and get it. And then also the Jay Taylor, running back for the Colts, is from Salem County. So South Jersey showing up. The only thing I want clinched are your butts. Oh, my God. No. Yes, and the Blue Jays pitcher is from Pottsville, I believe. That Yasevich, who set the record for strikeouts for a rookie. Thank you. He's from, I believe Pottstown. And he was like a 38th round pick or something. Late selection. Weird. This is no green screen today. This is the real deal in the background. So I guess I was talking. I was talking to my kid, and he actually introduced me to the Kalshi website. I guess it was what Polymarket was, but I guess Polymarket isn't allowed in the United States. So I actually placed I never bet, but I placed a bet on Jack Chittarelli winning here in New Jersey. I know it's not really a bet on there. It's an investment or some sort of stock option, however they do it. So I got him when he was only 16%. So if he goes up at all, I guess I can cash it in along the way. So we got that going on. Wow, he disappears. This is ridiculous what he does. Just throws you on, thinks, he'll do it. So we got that going on. And I guess we're supposed to talk about Gene's appearance on the Jubilee, which was, I thought he did well for the 7-8 minutes he was on there. I just thought that the problem with that whole thing to me was the kid just didn't have to bring. He would just say something, and because he said it, it was so. I'm just saying, because I read a lot of the comments, and to me, the kid wasn't saying Trump's no good for the country. And when they would present reasons why Trump was good for the country, he was just like, no. Oh no, people had guns on January 6th. Like, that's the first I heard people had guns there other than police. Apparently this kid knew, and it never made the news. I don't know if Trump can end the filibuster. Yeah, I didn't like the kid either. I shouldn't say that. As a kid, and if I just hung out with him, he would probably be fine. But, they let him get away with it. So, if you're going to let somebody get away with that garbage, Pinhead, I don't know what you were doing. I still can't hear you. I can't hear you. That's why. You've been doing this forever. How can Yeah, I know sound, Gene. Gene, no sound. I can't hear you. We can't. Can't hear. Hear you. Oh my God. We cannot hear you.
Better.
Yes, there you go. Wow.
Okay.
Now I know how to do it.
Now let me just apologize 9 times because obviously you couldn't hear me. What I was saying was I wasn't saying this nigger was not saying the N-word. What I was saying, Peter, is one,
Okay.
you guys are all better at streaming than me because now I'm going to take a jab because you've never been in a studio. Okay. And the thing we're going to watch, the thing we're going to talk about is exactly fucking that. Me in a studio where I just sit there, be my charming self, and let the world go. So when I went to log on, I'm on the Brave browser now. When I went to log on, for some reason, the camera didn't work. So I did what I always do with my technical genius. I turned the computer on and off, and that didn't work. So then I said, well, the video, I'll play the video, and then the video didn't work because I rebooted my computer, which I should have realized, but I never did it before because I thought I could buy 6 minutes with that. But then it wouldn't work, and my lovely wife's like, try the Brave browser, and then it worked. But again, if you think I care about this shit at all, you know, if you think I'm worried that my subs are going to go from 8 to 4, then you can all suck my dick. And I know none of you think that way, but this is what people are like, oh, he's terrible. I am.
I see.
So again, I don't care that fucking I was here at 3. I'm ready to go. I did what I did every fucking week. And sometimes shit just doesn't work. And then I called you, and because you're a professional, your phone ringer was probably off. And I'm like, I'm laughing, well, I'm just going to put them on.
No, I don't know why my phone wouldn't. I was talking to Nick, and I tried to answer. No, I tried to answer, and it's like, no, I couldn't find the other call coming in. So I was like, that they saw me trying to do that. At any rate,
yeah, and again, Pete, not mad at you at all. Like, it was kind of funny. I'm like, I'm just going to put him on. I'm just going to put him on, you know?
So at any rate, I just want to clear up real quickly because we started about the Jubilee thing, which I didn't want to get to.
Sorry, I'm late, big brother. Sorry, I'm late. Go on,
as
Pete.
far as Trump, as far as Trump getting rid of the filibuster, and I think somebody said, I don't think he can do it. And I don't know. Like, the filibuster is not in the Constitution. It's a Senate rule. And the House and Senate are allowed by the Constitution to create rules for themselves and how they conduct business. So, you know, in that way, I guess it is constitutional. But it's okay to do it. But I think, you know, because Harry Reid got rid of the filibuster. I remember when he did it. He got rid of the filibuster so he could get judges confirmed. And I remember when he did it, I said to people, and some of them were still, you know, Mongo knows. I said to them, someday, do these people not realize that Republicans are going to be in charge someday and they're going to use it too? It's like they're oblivious. But I think I don't like the filibuster because it should be, especially now, with the way they have you vote for your senators, they're voted in. So that it should be whoever got voted in, their vote counts. Just like the House of Representatives. So I feel like I am okay with getting rid of it. You know what I mean? Because it's going to work. Who's ever in control is going to be in control. And that's how it should be, because the people should get what they voted for, good or bad. And that's just how I feel about it. And then when these dishonest people go on the news and say, well, the Republicans control the House and the Senate. No, they don't really control the Senate because you got to have 60 votes. If they got rid of the filibuster, they wouldn't be liars anymore. It would be, oh, yeah, they got the 51 votes. They do. And really, all you need is 50 because the vice president would break any ties. Tell you another thing, they should get rid of that position Thune has, or treat it like it should be treated, because the real president of the Senate is the vice president. That's in the Constitution. So I don't know why J.D. Vance, he's doing everything else. I saw him answering questions Ole Miss the other night, top notch. Guy's friggin' on it. So I would be good with that too, as well as getting rid of the filibuster. Just go back to how the founding fathers set it up. And by the way, I also think they should get rid of the direct election of senators. Get rid of that 17th Amendment.
Sure.
Because that isn't what they had envisioned. But yeah, as far as the filibuster, I've come around to thinking I am good with getting rid of it.
I have not even paid attention to the filibuster this week. There were so many other things I wanted to discuss. Obviously, I heard on my girl Megyn Kelly today, and it's good to be here. Welcome to Bonus Loads. It's good to have the whole gang hanging out. Fantastic stuff. Welcome if you're watching on my Returned YouTube page, because once again, we talked about that all week. Fucking vindicated. And I'll say it again. I stressed over it. And I guarantee all I had to say was, give me my fucking page back. Because again, 4,000 subs. I'm sure they're like, yeah, we don't give a fuck about you. Take your page back. We've got enough headaches from being wrong, from being part of the fucking psyop, from covering everything up, from restricting fucking information, from all the people that fucking got fucked by the vaccine and stuff. Even our cousin Franklin, who literally has dementia from it. They're like, yeah, take your page back. I've got guys with millions of fans that are just breathing down our necks saying, you guys are Nazis. So I'm glad to have that back. Glad to have everyone bouncing around on all the old fucking pages.
And I don't want to get people all out of their minds, but because you mentioned...
get them out of their minds, Loadzzz.
No, because you mentioned people with thousands of fans. I was listening to the Tucker Carlson interview with Nick Fuentes.
Sure.
And I found it interesting that Nick Fuentes...
Now, how old is this interview?
He just did it. It was just this past week.
Okay.
Yeah. And Fuentes went through like sort of his career and how he wound up getting where he is. And what I found interesting was he went to Boston University. He was wearing a Trump hat or a Make America Great Again hat all over campus in 2015, 16, whatever. He's all about America first. And he was getting a lot of crap from kids on campus. So somebody said, I want to set up, I think president of student body set up a debate with him and some goofy liberals. And he did great. Like 1,000 kids came. And then he got approached. And long story, he went on the Right Side Broadcasting Network. And he had like 100 people watching him. And something went down. I can't remember what it was. But, one of the people who saw him at the debate went to Daily Wire and Shapiro and said they wanted him. He would be good for this, but he didn't get that job. So so when he was doing his show on Right Side Broadcasting, the people from the Daily Wire would call, this woman who saw him would call the owners of Right Side Broadcast, say, you got to get him off. He's an anti-Semite. He's this, he's that. So Right Side Broadcasting got rid of him, and eventually they brought him back. So I guess those 100 people made a big stink. He said he comes back, and like Shapiro's talking ill of him because he's saying anti-Semite or whatever it was, and he's like, I got 100 followers. He was doing the show from his parents' basement with 100 followers. He said, he's like, why would Shapiro at Daily Wire care about that? So I found it interesting. Yeah, Media Matters. I think it was Media Matters who went after him. So just very interesting.
Thank you for popping in, EK. That reminds me, I've got to change the backdrop with the election just around the corner.
It was just a very interesting story. Hey, Yelly's home. Congratulations.
Who's home? What happened?
My daughter, she passed whatever she passed at her job, so she can be a trainer now.
Yay!
Yeah, she can be a personal. She is a certified.
How can she be
trainer.
A personal trainer when she's only 3 years old and promised me she'd never grow up? How could that be?
She lied.
Oh, because your daughter is a liar. Because your daughter is a liar.
So she's just stopped in to get ready to go out for Halloween. Yeah, I'm good with Mr. White as Secretary of War. I love the fact that he refers to it as Secretary of War.
Isn't it great?
White is with us. That could be part of that'd be a good part of the campaign. By the way, I mentioned, I tried messaging, I don't know what that was. I tried, and I was trying to see. Oh, I didn't even know about Cozy TV. Yeah, so Fuentes, because the only time I'd heard of him was when you played the clip of him about when we bombed Iran.
Right.
Or Iraq, Iran.
Shout out Bob and Patrice, who funded last night. We'll get to bombing Iran. I'm okay with getting rid of the filibuster. The left will do it the first chance they get to push their agenda. Ask Harry Reid. Oh, he's dead. Thought you'd get a kick out of that, Pete. Sorry to derail.
By the way, interesting point Bob Fan and Patrice makes there.
Here, I'm sorry. Go on.
Because one of the questions J.D. Vance got at Ole Miss the other night was his kid got up there and he was he said, "Look, I obviously I like what you're doing in Chicago and Portland and Memphis. It's working. It's great. My concern is when the Democrats get in charge, how do we know they're not going to use it, for basically the wrong way?" And J.D. Vance's answer was pretty much spot on to what Bob Fan and Patrice said. J.D. Vance was like, they're going to do it anyway. It doesn't matter what we do. They're going to do it anyway.
So what were you saying now about the other thing? Sorry, Pete. I'm finally getting my legs under me.
Oh no, just that it was the Nick Fuentes thing.
Sure.
It was just
sure. Why not?
No, the story was just very interesting, and I got to finish watching it because I fell asleep one part I was listening was going to sleep, and I fell asleep. But they came to his house to kill him. Dude, so he's telling the story. They come to his house. He sees the guy at the door. He finishes his show up, and his producer had already called the cops. So the cops lock down the neighborhood, basically. They catch the guy. The guy had already killed 2 people. His ex-college roommate, his college roommate's sister. He broke in or went into a house next door and killed their 2 dogs. The guy was a maniac. And Fuentes said he called, never heard anything else. The cops killed the guy in the alley. Then they shot him in the face. But he never got any other information about him. You know what I mean?
Right.
So and as far as a filibuster, look, I'm all for the Constitution as those guys wrote it. They're pretty bright, the founding fathers. So, whenever they decided to put in the filibuster, I guess they had a reason for it. But let's face it, we want to get things done. I know the Senate is supposed to be very deliberative. They can still be deliberative, and they could have these, their debates and everything, but it shouldn't be 60 votes to get cloture on the debate so you can vote on the bill at hand. That's ridiculous. It should still only be 51 to get that done. And then when you actually vote, they can all vote against it as well. And maybe you get some Republicans and people from the other side. So I get rid of it. I'm good with getting rid of the filibuster because it wasn't in there to begin with, and it jams up things in the Senate. It does, and it shouldn't.
Yes. Now, by Senate, you mean your old lady's box, right? That's how you like to jam things up?
Amazing how you jam that in.
Amazing how you jam that in.
Well, I'm just trying to keep up. Ridiculous. Oh, I put a bet in. I put a bet in on.
When you say you put a bet in on an app with a guy, what'd you do? Because that could mean anything.
Okay, first off, maybe Fuentes is a Nazi. I don't know. Holocaust or not. I got no idea. I don't necessarily see it that way based on what he was saying, but I could tell people could see it that way. I got to go get the belt. I got to get I'm not wearing pants that need a belt.
Good for you.
Okay. So have you heard of the app Kalshi?
What is it?
Kalshi. It's an
Kalshi.
Yeah.
Oh, Kalshi betting.
Yes,
you were telling me about this. So you put a bet in with this. Your son was telling you about this. It's a Kalshi prediction market for trading the future. Go on, Pete.
Yeah. So you can. Oh, the shirt. It's a Halloween shirt. Garrett and Steve might not like it because it's peanuts, but you see them. They're all there, and then it says "I got a rock."
Oh, that's good stuff.
So at any rate, so he was explaining to me that apparently if you want to bet on, I guess, whatever the regular betting sites are, DraftKings, whatever, you got to be 21. So this Kalshi thing It's more like you are buying an option or a stock. So I got in on Chitterelli when it was like 84.16. He was at 16. So you can watch, and if more people, I guess, start putting money on Chitterelli to win, my stock will go up, and I can cash out at any time. So I don't necessarily have to wait till the end if he actually wins the election. But if more people start to think he's going to win and put money on him to win, you get it? It'll go from 80-16 to 60-40. You know what I mean? And when it hits 60-40, I could sell. And I took a $25 flyer on Winston Sears in Virginia.
Look at this. God, this is and I just went into it, you know. This is the shit state that fucking our fucking city is in. Fucking, well, you could either get Mamdani, you could bet on fucking socialism, or you could bet on bringing back a murderer. What a shit fucking city this is. What a shit city. Now let's find yours. Who did you bet on, Peter? Look at this.
It's New Jersey governor, Chitterelli.
That Pete, let's put it in. New Jersey governor.
Yeah, it's based solely on what people are betting on. I feel like it's
the winner. This one, Pete, is this you? Look, here we go.
Yeah, what's it at now?
Mike Sherrill, 85%. Excuse me, Mickey Sherrill.
Mikey Sherrill.
So, because I heard on Megyn Kelly today, and I definitely want to talk about this. Like, I thought, according to you and your running mate, and you want to be my latex salesman, according to you and fucking our boy, fucking it's like our guy Citterelli's doing fine today. I heard it's neck and neck. Now I'm looking at this shit, and what are we looking at here, Pete?
All right, that's what it is. That's where the money is. That's how people are betting.
Pretend I don't gamble like with actual fucking markets, and I'm an idiot, which I am. What do you mean that's where it is? Explain what we're looking at here. Here you go. 85%, 16%. What are they telling us here?
That's how the money has come in. 85% of the money is on her. 15 or 16% of the money is on him. Okay? Yeah. And when you go to shut up a minute and go to the other screen. And you can follow it right there. You can follow it along if you want. And see how he was up here, then he's down. It's like a stock market chart.
Sure.
All right. So I have to keep waiting and see. And I wanted to get the bet in before he went on with Hannity last night, which he did a great job because I thought he would go up. But I guess, and the other thing with this is anybody can bet on this. So there are plenty of people who are betting her up to discourage Republicans from voting. You see? Because if you're a Republican, you look at that, you're like, why the hell should I bother? He's getting buried. So that's my point. And I don't believe he's getting buried. So right now, he is close. I shouldn't say he. They're tracking the early vote of Republicans, Democrats, and undecided in New Jersey. Doesn't say who they're voting for. So you know how many Republicans voted, how many Democrats voted, how many undecideds voted. And the Democrats are slightly ahead of how many people have voted, but there are more Democrats in New Jersey anyway. However, I believe this is based on nothing but Pete Piscotty living his life. Okay? Sure. I believe that there are Democrats, probably 10% of Democrats, are going to vote for Chitterelli or not vote at all. I don't believe 10% of Republicans are going to pull the thing for her. Maybe 1% will. Maybe. And I've heard and I believe that the undecideds are going to break heavily for Jack Chitterelli. So I think he's going to win. So the fact they're saying it's a toss-up right now means he's ahead. Okay. And from what I've read, he beat Murphy on Election Day last time by over 200,000 votes. I think 250,000 votes, right? So as long as he is within 200,000 votes of her on Election Day after all the early voting, if he's within 200,000 votes of her, he's going to win. Because it's not like Republicans are going to forget the vote on Election Day. So I think he's going to win. I could be wrong, but that's why I think that way. That's all. And Winston World Spears.
It's trickery, says Mr. White, who also
Right.
says, thanks for the $2. The Dems will end the shutdown due to getting SNAP benefits back and look like the heroes for the retarded lunatic base, which leads me to the thing that I found. It was sent to me again because I get so much shit and I forget it. But Mongo, our boy Mongo sent it to me first, okay? And I don't know if you saw it. Like a certain group of people are getting very worried the government is shutting down, may end up cutting off food stamps. And the Google searches about it are quite revealing. Now, did you see this, Pete?
I did.
Look at this. Is they cutting? If you type in "is they cutting" because you monkeyed around when you were in school. Let's just say that. Let's just say instead of studying, you just aped what the teacher told you. Let's just say that. Let's just say you're bananas for a handout. Shall we say all those things, Pete? Pete? Let's just say you handle your finances in a niggardly way. Is that fine? Is that fine? Okay. Well, it turns out that you would be most likely to type not "are they getting rid of?" "Will the government shutdown affect?" with an E. You just type, Pete, you would type "is they cutting?" And then you'd be like, let me see. Is they cutting food stamps? Because these are the most popular ones. Is they cutting food stamps? Is they cutting off Section 8? Is they cutting Section 8? Who has time for all? Is they cutting off food stamps? Is they cutting SSI? Amazed they spelled it right. It just seems like these people are going ape shit over it. What would you say, Pete? Pete, your thoughts. Pete, your thoughts. Well, Gene, I don't monkey around with issues like this. What, Pete, you go. Look, he laughs. He laughs just like your father-in-law, Keanu. He laughs. You're muted. You have to unmute. I muted you, and you went to unmute you, and you muted you, and I can't unmute you.
Is that better?
Sorry about that's my fault. Fucking around. I apologize. Go on, Pete.
Always gotta be effing with the water now. So okay. I don't understand. I know people in here. I would look. What you said is very funny, and it is. You can't make it up that that's what is being typed in. That is just unbelievable. Yeah, but
he loves Rumble.
I love the people on here. Lordy, and they is. By the way, I don't know. I saw somebody like Lou and somebody else. These judges, I like the two federal judges.
I'm going to interrupt you for 1 second. I'm almost going to. Is your mic? Did you switch mics? Does his mic sound echoey? And I know I have no right.
Jesus Christ! Let me look. I didn't switch fucking mics.
And Peter, yeah, look again. You sound fine, but you're the guy here. And it might just be me. Let me know in the chat if I'm losing my mind. I wouldn't doubt it. You're fine. It just sounded weird to me. I apologize, Pete. Just talk. You're great. Go on.
All right, well, let me know if it's messed up because I don't want to be.
You might have changed mics after unmuting. Check your mic.
Okay.
Which again would be my fault. You know how to check your mic, right? Just go to the thing in the very left where it says mics, and it lets you choose.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, Pete, my fault completely. I'm fucking around. You had done mute yourself and it put you on the wrong one. Thank you so much for making it.
How's that?
And by the way, shout out Smartass. It was obviously that.
Is that better? How's that? Is
Hey,
that better?
by the way, Smartass. Got my card back. There you go. Pete.
Is that better? Everybody
Sure
good now?
I guess. Does it say you're on your right mic?
Yeah, I'm on the correct microphone now.
There you go, Pete. You're good. Go.
All right, so what I was saying, after all, I don't understand how a judge can order the president to do that if there's no money. There's no money. Congress, the Democrats have to end the filibuster. The Democrats have to accept the continuing resolution to free up the money. There's no money. Where's Trump supposed to get the money? I guess he could just tell the Fed to print it up. I think, you know what? I think this would be a good idea for Trump to say, all right, you want the money? The Fed's gone. We're going to have the Treasury tell the U.S. Mint to print up money backed in crypto, gold, and silver for SNAP. And that'll get us started on the road to recovery. Maybe he should take advantage of the situation. Now it sounds like I'm a drive-through in the 90s.
I took out the echo cancellation. I don't know. Yeah,
how's that? Okay. How's that now?
Is that better? Is everyone happy? I'll never touch
the
mute button again. Tell you that much.
I think it's good now. I think we're
Is that
back.
better, guys? Talk, Pete.
Yeah, test 1 2.
Oh, that's a lot better. There you
Okay,
go.
so yeah, all right, then let Trump tap into that $5 billion. If they got the money, who cares? Let him pay. I mean, good, because then how long before they blow out that $5 billion on that? He should say, you know what, we're not using it for that. We use that
By
$5
the way,
billion.
by $5 billion, he means his old lady's box. How long till you blow that out, Pete? Do the line. Why don't I ask her? She's right here.
Yeah, well, so I'm sure you know what? Your niece and her are probably listening inside. I'm sure they found that very amusing.
I'm sure your daughter's like, I'm sure your wife went, hey, do you want to listen to Uncle Geno? No, Mama. Neither. Actually, yes, Mama. I want to hear Dad and Uncle Geno talk like morons for 2 hours to their moron friends. Okay, let's sit there. He's going to call me your dad's old lady. I know, Mom. That's funny.
So, by the way, and I agree with James there. I'm sorry, I'm not going to pronounce your name wrong, your last name. But yeah, there is no money, right? I don't know where this $5 billion in savings. How can we have any money put away for anything when we're $38 billion in debt? It doesn't make sense.
And I'm going to circle back many years now. I want you to explain this to me. This is how fake money is. And we had a pencil dedicated to this on the Saturday in Hot Water when they just said, oh, look at that. Thank you, Zaire. There you go. Zaire. Or Zaire. That's Zaire, right? Remember a couple of years ago, James, when they're like, yeah, why don't we just make a $2 trillion coin to pay the deficit? Do you remember that? You must.
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that. Because it just shows that the Fed just prints up money. There's nothing behind it but the faith that the U.S. government will back the money up. So they could make $1 billion. They could make a $38 billion coin. So here it is. We're done with the debt. Right. It's just, but everybody knows it's ridiculous. And I think, see, what I keep hearing is that's Trump's goal, to get us back to sound money, as they say.
Yeah, and he's using bring Danielle. I want you to talk about aping around and watch her face.
She's heard it, and it is a treat when she just looks at him, just looks dead in the face.
Like, Uncle Geno, you can't say that. Well, I can.
That's racist, and then he'll say something more racist.
Hey, do me a favor. Why don't you bring her in while I read your dear buddy's? Why don't you bring her in? Why can't I find it? Why don't you bring her in while we read your dear buddy this Gigger Nets's chat, Pete? Why don't you do that?
She's getting ready to go out. She's getting ready to go out for Halloween. She has a whole life and everything going on.
Oh. Well, according to our boy this Gigger Nets Loadzzz, can we agree? None of us faggots, niggers, kikes, and retards. We just want our words back. None of us hate. None of us hate them. I say to my act, like I don't say the N word. I do say because, dude, this is how racist people are. Okay. I do the joke. I'm like, I don't care if you're gay or normal. And I pause and I let them take a deep breath and relax and get that. Thanks for the $10. I said it once. You can't anymore. You say, I don't care if you're black or human. That's too much. They're not ready for that. You can say Mexican or human. Ha, ha, ha. You could say immigrant or human. And then, like the rule of three, you always do what's going on. The one that really works lately, and it wouldn't, and it's not going to work much longer unless we get another fucking shooter. I'm like, I don't care if you're gay or normal, immigrant or human. I say, I don't care if you're trans or you were there or we're all safe in this room right now. Yeah. And that works right now because everyone's like, oh, that's not anti-trans. That's just what the fuck's going on with these trans shooters, But again, I say in the act, I'm like no one hates blacks and gays. No one. What's the line that kills? I don't think I did it. No one hates the Jews and blacks anymore. Have you seen the NBA? Have you met their agents? It fucking kills. And if you haven't seen my act, apparently fucking someone came to fucking that gig we were at, Pete, and filmed it. And I'm like, good, show it. It's not my fucking special. You know what I mean? I don't care.
Who filmed it? I didn't see anybody with a camera.
People sit there. I don't know. I didn't see either. They filmed it like a lot of times they'll film the ceiling. They'll just put their phone down and you get the recording.
But who is doing?
Control? They're called Peter. You don't know. You shouldn't know. Don't worry about it. But they're like, haha, we filmed you. And like, I was the one at the show Friday. I'm like, I hope someone filmed that. Pete, how good was that set?
Yeah, it was good.
Pete, how fun was that set?
It was
how
fun.
was that set? You know,
but everybody in there,
and they edited out the 5 times you screamed. There are no niggers in here. Thank God they edited that out, Pete. I don't know why they would.
But I'm thinking, I'm back in that room and I'm looking around. There's nobody. Maybe the guy in the Jet sweatshirt did it because
I was thinking that, and
because he's the only one. Let's speed it up here, and they just,
I swear to God, Peter, I thought that. Because
well, you're Columbo. Figure it out.
Yeah, if you didn't go and watch whichever troll was filming it, I think Doom, whatever. I don't know these people. I don't care. But at one point, at the beginning of the set, didn't I say you're a Jets fan? He's like, oh, like you literally felt bad for him.
Oh, I did.
And I remember I go, Pete, that guy's a Jets fan, and we immediately bonded with him. And then at the end, I'm like, I forget what did I say? It was like, I'm like, are you? What I said something like, "Are you bored or not funny?" What did I say to him?
Yeah, and you said something like, "Are you all right or are you bored?" And he said, "Well, can't we just hurry it all up?" And
I gave him a choice, and he basically said both. Right? I'm like,
yeah.
It's like, can't we just do? I said, do you want to leave or do you want me to be more funny? Something like that. And he's like, can it be both?
Yeah.
Remember, Keanu, we're done. So here's the thing: I wish it was him. Because it would change the dynamic. But imagine you're just sitting there with your camera filming me, and it's like this, and you hate me, and you're Jets. You're like, oh, this guy, he's got an hour. I thought he was Chad Zumach, and he did 15 feature. He's doing an hour set. Like, I was dying.
It's either him or maybe those 2 people who are sitting right up front.
No, the 2 people sitting up front. You mean the married couple?
Yeah.
They're my VIP people.
Okay, then it wasn't them. You're living. That's what I mean. It's not like there were 100 people in there.
Yeah. Oh, Pete, let them. They're like, they literally. Oh, they took a picture, Pete. Pete, and again, I love it.